What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Nyla Monroe. And listen, we need to have a real conversation, honey. It's time for a reality check in a real way, okay? Because at this point, I'm not even asking anymore, is Baddie scripted? I'm starting to feel like the better question is, how much of it is actually real, child? And before y'all get in the comments talking about it's reality TV, of course it's produced. No, I'm not talking about lighting, editing, or setting up scenes, child. I'm talking about the storylines and arguments and fights and even the drama outside of the show. Because be honest, a lot of this shit comes out of nowhere. All right, the beefs are just so fake because the deeper you look into Zeus and Baddies, Zeus especially, the more it starts looking like one big strategic setup. So, without further ado, make sure that you like this video before we even get started, honey. Subscribe to join the Monroe family and leave your thoughts and opinions down below. All right, now let's get straight into it. Now, disclaimer, I just want to say this is all my opinion. Nothing I say in this video is factual unless it's already out and about and everybody knows about it. I'm not saying that Zeus has a word-for-word script with lines or anything like that, but I do believe that a lot of these scenes are prepped, set up, and guided before the cameras start rolling, okay? And the girls already know what they're going into. They just deliver it how they want to deliver it, not from a script, okay? Allegedly. Now, first of all, I want to get into how some of the ladies from the show have already hinted at the show being scripted, okay? It's not just fans noticing. The girls themselves have said things. Ivory literally mentioned how production will throw out ideas or ask questions before scenes like, do you want to fight this person? And while it may be up to them to do whatever it is, they are still setting these things up and putting it in the girls' heads like, this is what we would like for you to do.
It's heavily produced. I'll say that. Like you can do what you want to do. Like a motherfucker can walk up to you and be like, hey Ivory, you want to fight so and so? But it's up to me if I do it or not. You feel me? So it's not like somebody got a gun to your head and like, oh, do this, or like it's not like that. It's just they might throw out some ideas or something. You feel me? I don't know. Let me just shut the fuck up. I just need to shut the fuck up. Yeah, you get it. You guys get it. I don't think nobody's slow here.
Okay, and some of the girls like Big Lex, even though she's my favorite baddie, she is known for being a production puppet and doing what they ask of her. I remember Ivory also mentioning how they had reenacted the scene on Midwest where they were looking for their rooms, and you know how production has switched her and Lex's names out, even though they had already slept in their rooms the night before.
We picked those rooms a whole day before. That room was my room. I literally picked it a whole day before. I slept in the room already and everything by myself. We did the scene over to try to make it look like we were just getting to the house. And that was the whole reason why I fought her. Because you know this is not your room. You know it's not your room. So you let these motherfuckers come in here and be messy and switch the name tags knowing it's not your room. Like, she was in the room with Summer. So it was like, and then she was like, I'm not getting out of the room. She was like, I'm not getting out of this room. All right, so that's how I said, okay, so what's up? Because it's just straight to the fighting, because it's no conversation. Because you know it's not your room. And y'all fucking with me.
And I can't find a video, but I believe it was Ivory that also mentioned that they get prepped and already know what they're going to talk about before each scene. So if y'all are already being prepped before filming, that means that conversations are planned, conflicts are guided, moments are orchestrated, okay? And now it makes total sense why certain arguments feel so forced. And I know y'all remember when Tasiki came out and said that Anna and Dolly's beef was fake, and how Dolly faked pushed Anna and Tasiki didn't know that it was fake. So, you know, blase, it turned into a whole thing. And, you know, after Tasiki and, what's her name? Ivory mentioned that the show was scripted in so many words, they were not invited on the next season. Do y'all remember that?
She's talking about that the beef started when I pushed her. No, the beef started when you fake pushed Anna. Let's talk about it. Come on, let's talk about it. I didn't even find out that beef was fake until after. That's why Anna was saying Tifa. Anna wasn't saying Tifa because what? Anna was saying Tifa because Anna knew that she was gonna fake push her. I'm the one that didn't know. It's called scripted reality, ho. I'm the reality, you hoes are scripted. Stop playing with me.
Now, this right here, this is what really started making people side-eye everything. There is a clip going around from Baddies Africa where some of the girls are sitting down arguing, Bad Dolly, Diamond the Body, Lex, Summer, LCK, all of them. And if you look closely, there's a producer hiding right behind LCK. Not subtle, right there. And he literally taps her. And what happens next? She pauses for a second, then suddenly, what's up? I'm ready to fight. Takes her jacket off and goes crazy. Now, I'm sorry, but that does not look organic to me. That looks like like a cue, a signal, go ahead and turn it up now. And once you see that, you just can't unsee it. Now, let's talk about this Suki situation, because this one, it was almost disrespectful. Like, do y'all think we dumb, child? So Suki is sitting down with Lex, Bad Dolly, and Summer, I believe, and she suddenly says, "Oh, Natalie texted me about going to a ballroom dinner." Cool, but here's the problem. When she shows the phone, there's no message. Well, she didn't show the phone. The camera showed her phone. There was no notification, no text thread, nothing. It's literally just her apps. So now it's like, why are we pretending? Because at this point, y'all just setting shit up for no reason. Y'all could have at least had a real text pop up or something.
Natalie is inviting us to... Yeah. She invited us to a ballroom dinner. Ballroom? Oh, bitch. Yeah. All the baddies.
Like, child, please. Now, let's get into continuity, because this one was wild. There's a scene with Krishan and Low London arguing. At first, Krishan has on pants matching her top. Then suddenly, when Krishan takes off on Low, different pants. Completely different. So what does that tell us? They stopped filming, took a break, came back, and continued the same argument, quote unquote. So now it's like, how real is a fight if it had a pause button, child? Now, I know y'all remember this right here. This is where it gets obvious. Coming into the Midwest season, the new girls come in with random issues, and I'm talking random. Like when Pretty P told DTB, "I didn't like how you looked at me yesterday," and Emma told Scotty, "You're boring and I'm here to take your spot." And then when Lex told Jayla she was being a bully to Biggie and Gretchen in the past seasons, and child, they were ready to fight over these small ass reasons immediately. No build up, no real tension, just straight into, "So what's up? You wanna fight?"
Hey, don't like how you looked at me yesterday. Come get in the field. You take me over. Scotty, I feel like you just boring as and I feel like I'm here to replace you. Not gonna lie. You trying to fight or what?
Jayla, I feel like last season you were being a bully, and you don't ever want to fight nobody that wants to fight you.
If you feeling pressure, if you want some smoke, you just let me know.
And it's like, girl, be serious. That doesn't feel natural. That feels like, say this when you get on camera. Pick a target. Create a moment. Okay? Because let's be honest, the fact that Emma ended up being more boring than Scotty tickled the fuck out of me, child. The producers obviously set those situations up and caused these girls to get backlash for the same stuff they called other girls out for. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Natalie, because this is where things get interesting. You know how every season she goes on these rants about Lemmy, you know, when they first start filming, talking about him and his family doing things and hiding behind her and her being held hostage. And here's my thing, though. She never really says anything specific. I mean, besides speaking on Lemmy hitting Scotty's dog, and I honestly believe they planned for her to say that, okay? She's always talking in circles, vague statements, and no actual details or proof, child. So now it feels less like exposing and more like building the hype, creating mystery, and keeping people talking. Because if something serious was really happening, why not just say it or show some proof? You know what I mean? Now, this is where it really gets messy, because y'all remember Stunner Girl came out with all those allegations and claims about Natalie, Lemmy, Scotty, Janisha, and Anna. Yeah, those videos, screenshots, etc., including Natalie allegedly cheating on her husband with Curtis from Bad Boys. She also had messages involving Scotty claiming someone told her that Lemmy gave chlamydia to Anna and some more stuff. Child, my question is, how does she have all of that? All of those receipts, besides the messages with Scotty, obviously, but those could have been staged as well. But let's really think about it, because either one, she somehow got access to all these receipts on her own, or two, she was given access. And if she was given access, then that means this could all be controlled, strategic, and intentional, because let's not forget, she continues to come back over and over again. So if she was really exposing everything, why would they keep bringing her back and paying her so much? Now, this is obviously just my opinion, but something about the whole Lemmy, Scotty, Janisha situation, it just does not add up to me, because from the outside, it's being presented like a breakup, a replacement, a messy situation, but at the same time, Janisha is still hosting and getting production credits on Scotty's show, child. So it makes me wonder, is this really drama, or is this just a storyline, a dynamic, an arrangement that we don't fully understand, because everything about it feels controlled? And then the fact that Bobby is always around, even going on Scotty and Lemmy's private or personal trips, that kind of makes me feel like Bobby is the birthday and the females are just the image, to where it seems like, you know, Lemmy, he's got all this going on with these women and he doesn't really want to settle down, and Scotty is his priority relationship, quote unquote. But it's like kind of fishy to me, and it seems like they all just play a role. Child, at the end of the day, this all comes down to one thing. attention, okay? Because whether it's fights, rumors, exposures, or relationship drama, it all keeps people watching. It keeps people talking and engaging even when it's an off season. And the more people talk, the more the show grows. So even if something looks messy, it might actually be calculated, beneficial, and intentional. So yeah, at this point, I'm not saying everything is fake, but I am saying a lot of it feels way too coordinated to be a coincidence. And once you start paying attention to the details, you realize this might not just be reality TV. This might be performance disguised as reality, okay? Now, I do want to know what y'all think. Do y'all think or feel like Baddies is scripted, or do y'all think it's just heavily produced? Like Ivory said, ciao. Drop your opinions below because I know y'all got something to say, and trust me, I'm reading everything. Let's chat down in the comments, and until next time.